Guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. US launches nuclear capable ICBM missile in arms race with Russia and China. A message was sent. An ICBM Minuteman 3. Wow. And this happened off the coast of California. No, it happened in California. They fired it towards the Pacific. So at 12:01 a.m., I believe, May 21st, Pacific time. So let me just pull this up. Please share the video, guys. So the U.S. has launched a nuclear-capable intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) in a test from California into the Pacific region. The unarmed Minuteman 3, that's the one, intercontinental ballistic missile launched during an operational test at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Time, May 21st, 2025, at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. The ICBM test launches demonstrates that the U.S. ICBM fleet is ready, reliable, and effective in leveraging dominance in an era of strategic competition. Now, it was the second such test of US ICBM this year, second already. Perhaps a message to Russia and China. Well, we do have the full information here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, once again, the Cash App link and the PayPal link is in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you so much for your support. I forgot to get me the cup of coffee. I just got home too, guys. I woke up early and I forgot to grab me a cup of coffee. Yeah, I don't have one. I have to make one really quick after this one. So again, thank you so much for your support. All right, so this is the real deal here, guys. A lot of people are talking about, World War III. A lot of people are talking about, the most powerful people. We're talking about CEO of Walmart and all these other companies, even like people that own banks. I mean, everybody's sounding the alarm here. The problem is a lot of people just not paying attention. Everybody thinks that everything is going to be great, everything's going to be fine. According to scriptures, things are going to hit the fan. You need to prepare yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. Something big is going to snap, and it's going to be a lot worse than what took place in September of 2001. All right, so please prepare yourself. The U.S. has conducted its second intercontinental ballistic missile test of the year, launching an unarmed but nuclear-capable missile from California towards the Pacific Ocean. This test launch is part of a routine and periodic activity designed to demonstrate that the U.S. nuclear deterrent remains safe, secure, reliable, and effective in deterring 21st century threats and reassuring our allies, said the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command. Let's stop here. So yesterday, the U.S. president has put out a big announcement that the process of building the Golden Dome is happening. All right, so we're gonna have a Golden Dome that it's a missile defense system that's gonna protect us from foreign missiles, like falling from the sky or just from the ship or submarine. So Donald announced that that creation of the Golden Dome will happen starting. Well, it started yesterday. Number two, all right, we talked about this one here. Emergency drill took place on May 19th. All right, for solar flare, power grid, satellites, and all these other stuff. I believe what's going on here is that they're preparing for war. All right, they're getting the grids ready, they're getting everything ready, they're building a missile defense system. They want Greenland because Greenland is a huge piece of land that they could have military soldiers there, and that's even closer. If you kind of think about it, it's closer to Russia, and Russia knows what Donald's trying to do here. So, um, again, Donald even wants Canada. Canada is another key player that's a little closer to Russia. Why it matters? Well, according to the Federation of American Scientists, the U.S. deploys 400 Minutemen, 3 ICBM, each carrying a single warhead, in silos located in Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wyoming. The missile has an officially stated range of over 6,000 miles. All right, so this is like a very, very powerful World War III weapon. I don't know if you guys seen the movie. Oh man, I forget the movie. I think it was back in the 80s. It's when the U.S. fired the Minuteman III, and I think the Russian also fired this stuff. Man, I forget the name of the movie. It's old school. It's from the 80s. Eventually, that's gonna happen. Something like that will happen. The ICBM fleet is one of the 3 components of America's nuclear triad. Now, alongside ballistic missiles, submarines, and nuclear-capable bombers, data from the National Nuclear Security Administration shows that as of 2023, the U.S. possesses 3,748 nuclear warheads. The Minuteman III test launch follows Russia's reported cancellation of an RS-24 Yars ICBM combat training launch. Now, once again, the Red Dragon conducted a rare ICBM test last September, launching a DF-31AG missile towards the Pacific. All right, so once again, it's kind of strange because this is like the second one this year. Usually, I think it's like once a year, right? I mean, they fire one on November the 4th or the 5th when Donald won the inauguration. They test fire an ICBM. All right, when Donald was announcing his victory plan, giving his victory speech, they fire an ICBM, and then I think around January or February they fire another ICBM. And now May 21st, they fire another ICBM. Look out for the signs. Guys, the verse of the day will be in my next video over at the Real GS News. All right, so we've been doing a lot of verse of the day on this channel, so I'm just gonna switch it up a little bit and do the verse of the day in the Real GS News. The link will be in the comment box. Make sure you follow me on that channel, the Real GS News. Alright, so the Minuteman III test launch follows the Bear reported cancellation of an RS-24 Yars ICBM combat training launch. The Red Dragon conducted a rare ICBM test last September, launching a DF-31AG missile towards the Pacific Ocean. What to know? Well, the Minuteman III missile was launched from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Time on Wednesday, the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command said. The missile was equipped with an unarmed Mark 21 re-entry vehicle, which flew about 4,200 miles to a U.S. Army ballistic missile defense test site at the Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands, located in the central Pacific Ocean. Remember, guys, I think Russia was supposed to fire their intercontinental test fire, the intercontinental ballistic missile, but they haven't. I guess at the very last minute, they decided not to push the button to test fire that. But we did receive information that the Doomsday radio station has put out some strange cryptic message signs. Nobody knows what those messages means, but every time a U.S. president and a Russian president is on the phone, that doomsday radio station turns on. It's kind of strange. The test was not a response to current world events. Stop it. Stop, man. Stop. Again, they always say that. The test was not a response to current world events. They always say that. Again, I just feel like they say these things to make us feel like, whoo, okay, all right, we don't have to worry, guys. When they start doing all these preparation, when you see all these doomsday planes in the air, when you hear about bunkers are being built and underground city and all that type of stuff is being built. I mean, when you hear of equipments being shipped to countries, again, obviously something's going on. All right. Again, spending money on all this is, I mean, $21 trillion on the underground city and rebuilding FEMA bunker in Virginia. That's a lot of money. There's a reason why all this is being built. There's a reason why it's being built, and no, it's not for a museum that you could just walk in and take selfies. The test was not a response to current world events, the Louisiana headquartered command stated, adding that the Sleeping Giant military has conducted more than 300 similar tests in the past as part of the country's ongoing commitment to maintaining a credible nuclear deterrent. So again, they do all these tests, but it's coming to a point that they are firing a lot more. And boy, oh boy. This is a picture from today. An unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile launches a Vandenberg Space Force base in California on May 21st, 2025. There's going to be a day that this thing is not going to be unarmed. There's going to be a day this thing is going to have warheads. It's going to be armed, and it's going to go somewhere. It's going to land somewhere. There's going to be a day that the sun will be blocked. The crops will be gone. The water will be impacted, bitter wormwood. There's going to be a day that many will hide in caves. There's going to be a day that things are just going to collapse. It's just going to be a hard time for everyone in the world. There's going to be a day that all these amazing things that we wake up, go to work, and hang out with our friends, or go to the movie theaters, or just hang out at the bowling alley, or just go to the library, or just meet up with family members, reunion or marriage, or parties. It's gonna be a day all that will be done. And again, like I said, I'm not trying to spook no one here, but I do believe in the last days and the end time, all that is gonna be finished with. The command also confirmed to Newsweek that in accordance with standard procedures, Washington notified Moscow of the test in advance. They have to. They do this, guys. So whenever, before they fire ICBM, they have to call, hey, I'm giving you a heads up. I'm going to fire this, all right? It's going to be unarmed, so don't go cuckoo now. All right, it says here, per our existing bilateral obligations. Alright, so and transmitted a pre-launch notification pursuant to the Hogu Code of Conduct. Is there a reason why the Doomsday? I mean, that's a possibility. Maybe the Doomsday Radio was part of that. Maybe just perhaps they got the message from the U.S. and the Russian Doomsday Radio turned on. In 2000, the U.S. and Russia signed a memorandum aimed at reducing the risk of escalation triggered by a false ballistic missile strike warning. Member states of the HCOC are required to voluntarily provide notifications of ballistic missile and space-related launches. Yeah, I think it's good to say, keep communication. Stuff like that, like, not giving heads up and firing ballistic, that's could be again, that could lead to really, really bad situation. Both the U.S. and Russia are among the 145 countries that have subscribed to the HCOC, while China provided advance notification of its ICBM test to the US. It remains reluctant to join the HCOC, an action it fears could lead to the disclosure of sensitive information. So, what people are saying? Well, the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command said the ICBM test launch program demonstrates the operational capability of the Minuteman III and ensures that the U.S. ability to maintain a strong, credible nuclear deterrent as a key element of U.S. national security and the security of U.S. allies and partners. General Thomas, commander of the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command, said this ICBM test launch underscores the strength of the nation's nuclear deterrent and the readiness of the ICBM leg of the triad. This powerful safeguard is maintained by dedicated airmen, missileers, and defenders, helicopter operators, and the teams who support them, who ensure the security of nations and its allies. So what happens next? It remains uncertain whether Russia and China will conduct ICBM tests this year. The U.S. plans to modernize its ICBM fleet by replacing the Minuteman III with a Sentinel. All right, so ICBM, the Minuteman III has been around for a very, very, very long time, but we have something much more powerful and more advanced. I was thinking about that too, like 2 minutes ago. We still have the Minuteman III, but again, you have other countries. They have a lot of stuff that's way, way powerful. All right, so hypersonic missiles is like the big ones. All right, so give me a second here. Give me a second. I want to go on X and see if there's a video of this. There should be a video. Yeah, so we have some pictures here. Let me zoom it in so you guys have a better view. Let me zoom it out. Okay, I truly apologize, guys. So give me a second here.
Continental ballistic missile from Vandenberg Space Force Base, May 21st, to Air Force Global Strike Command airmen conducted an operational test launch of an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile from Vandenberg Space Force Base, May 21st, to demonstrate the readiness of the U.S. nuclear forces and provide confidence in the lethality and effectiveness of the nation's nuclear deterrent. Today's test launch used a randomly selected intercontinental ballistic missile pulled from Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. The ICBM was equipped with a single Mark 21 high-fidelity re-entry vehicle and traveled approximately 4,200 miles at a speed of more than 15,000 miles per hour to a test range near the Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands. The ICBM test and evaluation program helps validate the reliability of the nuclear umbrella our allies and partners rely on, eliminating the need to obtain their own nuclear weapons to counter potential adversaries. The 55-year-old Minuteman III is based in Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wyoming, and will be replaced by the LGM-35A Sentinel. Reporting from Vandenberg Space Force Base, I'm Staff Sergeant Joshua Leroy.
Okay, 55 years old. 55 years old. Wow. So, that was basically, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was in the 1960s, right? Like in the late 1960s. Wow. Okay, so once again, this is where we at right now, guys. So, give me a second. Let me see if I can find some more information. If you guys want to check out the video, the link will be in my Twitter page. I mean, the video will be in my Twitter page. But, yeah, this is coming out from the Air Force Global Strike Command. Alright, so they're the one who's putting out the information here. Alright, so is going to be replaced pretty soon. Is going to be replaced. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor. Make sure you follow me in the Real GS News. The link will be in the comments box, and also I'm gonna have the link in the description box. Follow me there because I will be posting videos, and again, I want to thank every single one of you for your support. Now, guys, I'm for this channel, I'm just gonna post 3 videos because again, I am posting a very late night video, 3 in the morning, so I'm just gonna stop that. I will go live midnight though. But I'm not gonna go upload another video around 3 a.m. because it's just too much work going on in that time frame, and I have to wake up around 6 or 7. So I will post 3 videos for now on this channel. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.